Welcome to Go Again Gaming and welcome back to round 2 of the League That Means Nothing 3, where it means even less, but who cares, because we have the best, most fun CC content you could come looking for, and it's all for the love of the game of Flesh and Blood. I'm your voice of the League, Ian Holland, and today we have a Runeblade off. We have the original Runechant maker Viserai, piloted by Hank Sherlock. Hank's third time in the League That Means Nothing, making a deep run last season and hoping to make it even further this time. He is taking on a little guy named Shamir. I don't know if you heard of top. How many? Shamir just wins too much. Top Pro Tour Lille, top 16 Pro Tour Baltimore. One of the best players to come out of the UK, and a very nice dude as well, having a lot of personal interactions with him. He is piloting his favorite Vynsett Iron Maiden, the newest Runechant maker on the block, coming out of Dusk Till Dawn. And with a big question: who's going to take it home? Well, there's only one way to find out. Is it old school Runechants? Is it new school Runechants? Is it Shadow, or is it just a vanilla Runeblade? Let's throw it over to the gameplay.
The League That Means Nothing Season 3 is brought to you in part by Enter the Battlefield Gaming out of Ontario, Canada. They do all of our favourite games, including this one, Flesh and Blood. They do sealed, singles, and events, but they also do things like Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Lorcana, One Piece, Sorcery, Warhammer, tabletop games, and all sorts of different supplies for your table. Make sure you go and check them out if you're local to Canada, or check out their website at enterthebattlefield.ca. Let's get on with the tournament.
And it looks like Hank has won the die roll and is going first and is going to lead with a Mordred. This is a man after my own heart. I personally, big fan of Viserai. Had a little bit of success with him recently, you might have heard. But we're going to play a Rune Blood Barrier. Now, that's not a card I would have expected to see because it doesn't really make its way into Viserai these days. Viserai is a much more aggressive shell, usually. So we're going to generate 2 Runechants for Viserai. We're going to generate 5 Runechants for Runeblood Barrier. And really, this is the perfect turn to get this down. Because obviously, if you would take damage, you would lose that many Runechants. Which, if Vynsett could send in an unpreventable Runechant, is a huge problem. However, on turn 1, Vynsett doesn't really like to do anything. Vynsett prefers to go first, take a point of blood debt, banish a card from hand. And Shamir doesn't even get to filter here. So we have a Vynsett trigger banishing a Deathly Delight, red, generating our first Runechant. As Vynsett's hero text has both upsides and downsides, we get our cards into our Runegate cards in the banish, but we don't really get a whole lot we can do with them. So we're going to generate that first Runechant. And generally speaking, be very surprised to see things get played this early by Vynsett, but we have a Machinations of Domination and a Phantom Wraith. So the first Runechant is going to come through. I would be very surprised to see this get blocked with it all. And I would imagine Hank will happily just go down to 6 Runechants and then use that to cover up some of the Phantom Wraith, which has overpower thanks to Machinations of Domination. But Shamir really forced into a position where he has to try and get something going here from versus Hank before he blasts him in the face with 7 Runechants plus 1,000,000 attacks, because Viserai loves doing that these days. Okay. Just noticing now, Hank's beautiful face purgatory altar. I love that. Yeah, so we're going to lose a Runechant to that Runechant. Trade a Runechant for a Runechant seems like a good deal. I imagine Shamir not super happy about having to burn his first Runechant, because this is really a thing that Vynsett loves to do, is to stockpile that first blood debt and that first Runechant so that you can guarantee a big turn on your second turn. We're going to reduce to Runechant, generating a Runechant, taking 2, but nothing is going to actually hit, so we're just going to lose 2 Runechants. We're going to wind up with 5 Runechants. Not so bad. Not a bad exchange here. If you're Hank, very surprised you didn't cough up a little bit of armor as well. Make sure we get that full cover. Lose nothing. But hey, not a bad start. And Shamir going to take a point of blood debt here. So Hank now with sure brother. Here's my second Mordred and I read the runes. We are charging up the cannon here. Going up, making 2 rune chants from Viserai's hero text, and then another 4 from Read the Runes. Hank brother, if you left, you could have kept all your rune chants. You left a card in hand. I am. We've been over this and over this, Hank. Don't IP yourself, man. We're better than this. I'm kidding. All I love, Hank. It looks like we're setting up a nice little OTK, is it? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm just going to assume that you're saying yeah to me in this whole conversation because I know you love an OTK. Anyway, Shamir, back to Shamir. And we're going to have to banish a card here. We're going to banish a Deathly Wail, generating another Runechant. Maybe it's time to restart the little stockpile here so that we can set up for turn 2, turn 3 even. We're going to activate our Grasp of the Arknight, making another Runechant. Means we can get our first attack out of the way if we so choose, or are we going to hold on to some Runechants now? Yeah, we're going to take 2, I imagine, Shamir, knowing this deck inside out, having taken it to pro quests and stuff like that, and just being a dyed in the wool Vynsett lover, is trying to set up a nasty double rune gate turn. And really, it's turns like that that let Vynsett walk away with the game. Especially because she gets to wear her full suite of armor and still get some AB because of the book. So let's see if Hank has another Mordred, and I'll be disgusted. No, we're going to become the Arknight. We're going to discard. Hank, are you going to go get a Mordred? Tell me. You have to tell me if you are. It's like if you're a cop. Anyway, we're going to go get a non-attack action with this Become the Arknight. We're going to get a Sonata Galaxia, which is going to be reduced in cost by 11. So we're going to generate a Runechant from Viserai. We're going to get another Rune Blood Barrier. Now this is going to have Go Again, thanks to Sonata Galaxia being X is 3. So this says Go Again. We're going to generate a 4 Runechants from the Rune Blood Barrier up to 16 Runechants. I don't think Vynsett's going to be able to stop that, so we might. Oh, we're going to Dead One Dirge. We're going to pop our Rune Blood Barrier. So we're going to generate a Runechant from Viserai and another 3 Runechants from Dirge. So we're going to go up to. Have we missed a Viserai trigger? No, we have not. That's fine. We're up to 20 Runechants. And then we're going to Blessing of the Occult, pitching, not using the tunic. Hank, come on, man. So Blessing shouldn't be breaking here, but it'll break next turn. Oh my god. 24 Runechants. This is an OTK deck. What are you talking about? If I hear word one in the comments about it not being an OTK deck, you better believe I'm going to be pointing at video evidence. I'm going to be like Charlie Day, just pointing at Pepe Sylvia. Personally would have used the tunic there, but you know, what do I know about Viserai, right? I'm only kidding. I love you, Hank. Right, we're going to banish a Deathly Delight again. We're going to make another Runechant with the glove. Up to 4. Really struggling to string these turns together. And we're going to send in our Deathly Whale here. So 4 Arcane and 6 Physical. If any of it leaks, Vynsett gets to make a Runechant. Looks like Hank has just taken the 4 Arcane, so that is a Runechant that gets made. And is there going to be a succumb to temptation to follow this up, I wonder? Or are we just going to face Purgatory and fire the cannon back? And it looks like we're just going to block 6 here. Yeah, blocking 6 with 2 amplify the Arknights. Covering 6. Shamir with a card in hand, card in arsenal, wondering if does he have anything else to go on top of this? Or we're just struggling to find these double rune gate setups. We're going to take 2 blood debt to 35. Hank, I imagine, is going to keep on charging that laser. Yeah, we're just going to read the runes there, make 3 more Runechants, arsenal and pass. Turtle burst me backside, man. A lot of turtle, not a lot of burst. So Vynsett banishing a reduce, generating a Runechant. Not really where you want to see a reduce. You want to see them being played on big attacks. But hey, Hank isn't really giving a lot of opportunity to defend here. We're going to play Maverian Skies. We're going to come in with this red Deathly Well. So it's going to be, or Deathly Delight even. So it's going to be 2 Runechants. So are we going to, yeah, we're going to prevent 2 damage. And then we're going to block with the glow. No. We're just blocking, full blocking again with 2 attacks. And then we're going to revel out, making 4 Runechants. And come in with another Deathly Delight. So we're coming in for 4 and 5. If damage is dealt, Shamir will gain 2 life twice, or 1 life twice even, so 2 life total. Let's see what Hank decides to do here. And it looks like since we've blocked the one that is the easy freebie Runechants, we're just going to take the rest, take the 4 Runechants here. And then we have 5 damage coming in here. And we're going to succumb. Oof. We're going to Thoughtseize a Swarming Gloomveil. Shamir looks pretty happy about that one. Gaining an action point again. And we could finish this combat chain by swinging the flail, gaining a little bit more life. A really strong turn here from Shamir, and it's something that he really needed because we have not seen a lot of his big runechant generators or his passive generators to keep his regular runechant rhythm going. And it looks like we're just going to Arsenal and draw up. And Hank is just going to pass. Notably, if Hank had used Tunic, it would have been ticked up by now. Just saying. But we have this love-hate relationship in that I love slagging him and he hates me. Okay, we have Shamir banishing an Eloquent Eulogy, probably one of the best rune gate cards that have come out because it only costs one. And here we have our first passive runechant generator in a Malefic Incantation. The problem here for Shamir now is he's on the clock. Big time. Like, big time, as Hank is just charging up the runechant cannon with 27 on board. If Hank can set up a big turn here, there's not a lot Shamir can do, but it looks like he's just moving to Arsenal, taking a point of blood debt and drawing up. I have a funny feeling that we have 27 runechants. Like, Hank, I don't know how many more you're going to need, buddy. When your opponent's at 34, that's... yeah, here we have a Runic Reckoning. Costs one less for each runechant, so it's going to be casual, 6 go again. We're going to generate a runechant from Viserai, so that will give it the go again. And we're coming in for a massive 27 Arcane. Should only be 6 go again because we have not created 2 chance this turn. So Vynsett going to discard this Haunting Rendition to prevent 2 damage, gaining a runechant. And now we're looking at 25 runechants instead. Big number, gone to 9. Sure, for sure, for sure. Cool, 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 cool. Going to 9. That's cool. We love to see it. And then we're going to face Purgatory here. Triggering face Purgatory, blocking 7, forcing Hank to discard a card. We get to draw a card, getting full value out of our face Purgatory here. Hank discarding a Haunting Rendition because he is on full offense mode here. And let's see what the other 2 cards we have are going to be. So we have another Swarming Gloomveil. This one is for 4. 1 Arcane on 4. Generating a runechant. Pretty good when your opponent's at 9. Not gonna lie. So taking the 1 runechant anyway. And then we have a Rune Rager Swarm for 1 and 3, making a runechant on the back end. So, yeah, we have a block of 3 here, and then is Hank going to send in the sword? He is. So we're going to finish the turn with a 1 and 3, Reaping Blade. And getting another block out of Shamir. So we now have our first big turn from Hank. Shamir goes to 4 from 34. So a nice 30 damage turn. I guess I can't call it an OTK because he just survived for another turn. Whatever. Hank just going to have a drop at 27, in a pretty good spot here. You know, eating a fair chunk of Shamir's armor, eating a fair chunk of Shamir's hand. But Shamir does have his Runechants, he has a Malefic, he has plenty going on here to be able to do something with. Vynsett does get to do some pretty strong things when she wants to. So it looks like we're just going to attack with Eloquent Eulogy for 2 arcane, 4 physical, make Eloquence token if damage is dealt, and we're going to make a Runechant using our Malefic Incantation. So we're going to prevent the Runechant, and we're going to use the other floating, preventing the 2 Runechants using the 1 left floating for a reduce, getting full value out of that. And Shamir just drawing up and passing. And now Hank got 3 cards in hand. We're going to play a red Malefic Incantation, it's pretty good. And then just arsenaling and drawing up. Taking another little turn to set up, giving Shamir a good turn with 4 cards and arsenal. So we are going to banish this Deathly Whale, creating our second Runechant. Need 1 more to be able to send in a Deathly Whale. Apologies for the sniffling. It is minus 3 degrees in Dublin right now. It is quite cold. We're going to Deadwood Dirge our Malefic Incantation to go up to 5 Runechants. Pretty good. Pretty good. Going to play a Shadow Puppetry. We're not going to pay the life. And we're going to swing in our Deathly Whale. It's a blue Deathly Whale, so we're going to get 5 and 5 here. 5 Arcane. 5 go again. If damage is dealt. For each hero that's lost life, we generate a Runechant. Shamir at 4, not really feeling super comfortable paying that extra point of life, I imagine. But with an on hit of, you may look at the top card, and if it's a shadow card, you can banish it. Hank looks like is just electing to take the 5 arcane. This would be an excellent time to face some purgatory here, Hank, I would just tell you. But we're just going to block with a Runerager Swarm and the gloves. So we have a full cover here. Let's see if Shamir has a pummel. Vynsett, kind of known for occasionally playing a pummel. Let's see what we have rocking with Shamir. So we're just going to draw up there. No damage dealt. We're going to Deadwood Dirge our 1 Runechant into 3 Runechants. What was in this 1 Runechant? Actually, there was 3. Surprise. And then we're going to play a Blessing of Occult. Again, just loading up, I guess. giving Vynsett every chance we can to get back in this game. Shamir probably very grateful at 4 life that he gets as much time as he does to play out some pretty effective turns, but it is also kind of terrifying knowing that Hank is setting up another big burst here. Turtle burst, I finally get it. I get it, Hank. I get it. But we're going to banish a widespread destruction, generate a Runechant. We're going to pop that Runechant, turn it into 3 Runechants, because again, Deadwood Dirge shows us that Runechant is actually 3 Runechants in a trench coat. And we're going to come in with a widespread destruction. I also feel like Hank may have missed a Runechant trigger from Viserai, but when he played Dirge into Blessing of Occult, but what do I know? So we have 3 Arcane and 6 coming in here. Damage will blow up, not just blow up, but straight up banish the Arsenal Viserai. Now this is a good time to use Face Purgatory. Three cards in hand. You may force something important out, but more importantly, you'll cover up the damage. You might get something to crack back with. It looks like even Reaping Blade here on this turn coming up would be a big one. But let's see what Hank decides to do. Are we going to prevent any of this? Are we going to take 10? Are we going to let Shamir potentially pummel us and take 14? Who knows? Looks like we're saying no blocks. On the Runechants, we've taken 4. We're at 18. Now what do we say? What do we say, Hank? Show us what you got. Send me the bill. Taking 6, going to 12. Losing your arsenal. Well, when the combat chain closes, we'll lose the arsenal. Yeah, we are banishing a Revel in Runeblood. Gotta feel good for Shamir, but gotta feel less good about 6 Runechants and 4 cards. Especially, again, not finding any way to consistently generate Runechants this game. It's been like Shamir's deck has just been fighting him the whole way. Now, let's see what Hank has going. Are we going to just take another turn to generate more Runechants? No, we are, in fact, sending. So we're sending 6 Arcane. We're triggering our Malefic Incantation to generate a Runechant. And we have 4 go again from this Rune Flash. So we're coming in for a casual 10 points of damage. Pretty good when our opponent's at 4. So we're going to Haunting Rebellion to prevent 2 Runechants. Not a bad rate for a red. Now we have just got 4 Runechants to deal with. More importantly, this 1 Runechant turns on any reduced Runechants we may have. Pitching a yellow for 2 more Runechants. Going to 2 Runechants. Taking 2. And now to blocks we go. Do we have reactions? Do we have blocks? Shamir blocking 4 with the fridge, putting the fridge in front of this Rune Flash, keeping 2 cards in hand. And then Hank closing the combat chain, playing a Runic Reckoning. Shamir nearly putting his boots in his library. He's obviously been having a rough one this game. And then we have Rune Rager Swarm for 5 go again. Trigger Viserai. Make a Runechant because we have played a non-attack into an attack. Very surprised that Hank sequenced it this way, but it's not the worst thing in the world. We have 1 Runechant and 5 going in. Shamir might be in a spot of bother here with 1 block in armor, 2 cards in hand, card in arsenal. Yeah, it looks like Shamir's just given up the ghost here. He knows he cannot hold on to the cards that he has. And we're just going to get a wee fist bump. And that's going to be the game. And congratulations to Hank Sherlock moving with a win in this Runeblade battle. Tough game, as I said. Shamir just could not seem to get the consistent Runechants generation that Vynsett so desperately needs to keep herself going. Uh, Trust me, when you see those draws from Vynsett, things get scary. They get scary quick, and it is a bad time if you are on the receiving end. But Hank played that super well. Took some early turns, used those turns to set up so well, and just threw 30 plus damage and Vynsett one turn. And like, what are you going to do? Put your opponent from 34 to 4 in one turn? They're kind of in trouble. Had a couple of little clunky turns that let Shamir claw some of that back, but in the end, Hank was able to come out on top with his Turtle Burst deck. I hope you liked the video. I hope you enjoyed this fabulous piece of content, this amazing classic constructed game that we have put on here at Go Again Gaming. If you like the video, make sure you like the video. Tell us in the comments how much you like the decks, how much you like Go Again Gaming, how much you hate listening to me. I'm sure Hank is down there already telling me off for calling an OTK deck, and you know what, bro? Prove me wrong. Commiserations to Shamir, by the way. Obviously, always tough. And if you like what we do here at Go Again Gaming, if you love games of flesh and blood just for the love of the game, you should click that subscribe button so that you can get access and notifications on all Go Again Gaming. And hey, if you feel like kicking as a couple quid every month just to keep the lights on here at Go Again Gaming Enterprises, I'm pretty sure the link to the Patreon is in the description down below, as well as all of our wonderful sponsors here on the league. That means absolutely nothing. But for now, I have been the voice of the league, Ian Holland. You can find me on findlespirit.bsky.social or findles_spirit on the Twitter. And I will love you and leave you and see you in the next one. Goodbye.